Good day, yogis. My name is Brooke Blankenship. Welcome to Chair Yoga. Let's get started as we always do by just coming into our space, feeling supported by the chair beneath us, pressing your back against the back of the seat, and allowing all of the limbs of the body to be heavy, allowing the eyelids to be heavy, the shoulders to be heavy, the feet and the heels to be heavy. And just start to focus on your breath. Not trying to change it, just noticing what it feels like in your body today. Try to focus your attention on the inhalation and exhalation as they move in and out through the nose, into the chest and belly, and then back out again. Maybe you're having a hard time focusing on that inhalation and exhalation today. Take notice of that too. Again, we're not trying to change anything. We're just noticing and acknowledging. Gently opening back up the eyes. Allowing the hands to come up overhead. Interlacing those hands together and then pressing the palms up, maybe even taking the gaze up towards the sky. And then releasing and letting the arms back down again. Let's do that again. Lifting the arms up, interlacing those fingertips, stretching the palms up to the sky. Maybe lean back in your chair this time, really opening up through the front body and the chest. And release. Let everything go. Shaking those shoulders out, rolling them back and forth, wiggling them a little bit. Excellent job. So I'm going to have you scoot forward on your chair just a little bit so that you can sit up with a nice tall back. And we're going to start with some arm circles today, waking up those arms. So taking the hands down by the sides, palms facing in front. We're just going to round to the back and then back through, trying to find your full range of movement here. Pulling that belly button into the spine, protecting the back as we move. And moving with your breath here. Breathing in and out as we make our big circles. Stop and reverse the other direction. Moving forward and back. Excellent job. Coming back through center. We're going to bring that left hand out in front of us into a stop sign. Grab the fingertips with the right hand, and then you're gently going to pull those fingertips towards your face. The straighter that we keep our arm, the more we're going to feel that stretch in the belly of our forearm, our wrist, and the palm of the hand, okay? So really breathing into that stretch. Releasing, dropping those fingertips down towards the earth. We're going to stretch through the back of the forearm, the wrist, and the back of the hand. So grabbing those fingertips and gently pulling them towards the heart. Again, the more that we straighten out that arm, the more we're going to feel that stretch, the more intense that stretch is going to be. So straighten your arm as much as it feels good in your body. And then breathe into that stretch. Excellent. Release, and let's roll the wrist out. Other direction. Oof, got some good cracking going on in there today. And setting it back down. Other side. Right hand comes out into that stop sign. We're going to grab hold of the fingertips with the left hand and then gently pull towards the face. Remember, keeping that wrist straight or the arm straight so that we're getting that full intense stretch through the belly of the forearm. Excellent job. Releasing. We're going to let those fingers come down towards the heart, pulling them towards the heart and breathing in to the stretch happening through the back side of the right arm. Releasing, rolling that wrist out in both directions, releasing the wrist and the arm. Excellent job, yogis. All right, letting it down, shaking it out. All right, scooching forward on your chair a little bit. We're going to bring that left knee up to the chest and hug it in. Keep this foot flexed. Don't let that left foot hang, okay? Keep the foot flexed like it is standing on a stool or a block. Nice straight spine. Breathing into the stretch that's happening in the front of the hip. Excellent job. Setting it back down and other side. Reaching or grabbing hold of the right knee, pulling it into the chest, sitting up nice and tall. Keeping those toes flexed like they are standing on a stool or a block. Excellent. Dropping it back down, coming to the other side. So lifting that foot up again. Good job. This time we're going to kick it out in front of us, leading with the heel. So stretching through the heel. Feel that stretch happening all through the back of the leg, the IT band, the glute. Ooh, feel it, feel it, feel it. You can grab hold of the sides of your chair for support if you need it. and then drop it down. Wow, excellent job, yogis. Good strength. All right, so here we go. We're gonna lift that knee up, squeeze it in for a moment. And on your next exhale, extend the foot out, stretching through that leg, pushing the heel towards me, pushing the heel out, feeling that stretch happening all the way through the back of the leg, the hips, the glutes. One more big breath. Whoo, set it back down, shake out those feet. All right. Now, bringing that left knee up to the chest one more time. Big breath in. Another big breath in. Crossing the ankle over the knee. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall with this one. Make sure that your heel and your knee are in one line. You're gonna grab hold of your knee and your foot. And then you're gonna sit up nice and tall. So a nice, tall, straight spine, as if somebody's got an invisible string and they are pulling you up by the center of your head, okay? If this feels good to you, stay here and breathe. If you would like to intensify the stretch a little bit more, allowing the upper body to fold over the folded leg. Wherever you are, breathing into the stretch. Excellent job. Coming back up if you're bent over. We're going to cross that knee all the way over and then readjust your foot so that it's in the center line of the body, okay? We still have that heel and knee alignment. Now we're gonna take a twist, okay? So taking your right hand to the outside of the knees, grabbing hold of the back of the chair with the left hand. Big breath in, get really tall and long in your spine, and then turning. Go, babe. Unwinding back through center, uncrossing. Let's go back to the other side. So we're gonna lift up that right knee into the chest, breathing into it for just a moment. And then crossing that ankle over the knee. Excellent job. So again, we're gonna sit up nice and tall here, grabbing hold of the knee and the foot, and then just sitting up nice and tall like somebody's got that invisible string on top of your head. Okay, so once you sit up nice and tall, you should already be feeling that hip engage and fire up, okay? So if you need a little bit more intensity, you are welcome to lean the chest forward over the folded leg. Wherever you are in this pose, nice deep breathing into that right hip, as if every breath in is sending you a little bit more room to strengthen and flex and be stronger. Rising back up. Excellent job. We're going to cross that ankle all the way over. Readjust your foot that's on the ground so that it is in the center line of the body. Bringing the left hand to the outside of the knees and then grabbing the chair with the right hand. Take a big breath in, get really tall and long in the spine. Then twist and look towards the right side of the room. Untwisting, unwinding, coming back through center, uncrossing the legs. Excellent job. Bringing those feet hip width distance, a little long, bigger than hip width distance, okay? And we're going to turn those toes out towards the side. So we're coming into a seated goddess pose. Take your hands onto your knees, and we are going to move the spine around from the hips. So we're going to keep the hips stationary, and we're going to move the spine around using our arms to kind of circle us all the way around. In kids' classes, I tell them to pretend like they are the knife and they are getting out the very last of the peanut butter out of the jar. Switch directions. There's only a little bit left. There's enough to make a sandwich with. But you gotta get it all out. Every nook and cranny. Excellent job. Coming back through center, up to neutral, and then heel toeing those feet back together. Coming to standing behind your chair. We're going to bring our feet out really wide and start with some yogi squats. So using our chair to support our weight, you're going to bend both of your knees, send them out towards the corners of the room, okay? And then come back up. Again, bend, lowering that pelvis towards the floor, and come back up. Excellent. Bend and come back up. Bend and up. Staying with your breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Great job. Keep going. A few more. One more. Excellent job. All right, keep your feet with that wide stance, and we're going to move our feet now. We're going to move these toes, your left toes, to face the left side of the room, okay? Your right toes, we're going to come up on our toes and twist our ankle, our heel back, okay? So our foot is almost at a diagonal facing the front corner of the room here, okay? We're going to come into a warrior one pose. So we're going to bend through that front knee, grabbing hold of the side of or the back of the chair for support, and then our arm is going to come straight up to the sky, elbow by your ear. So we're pressing through that back leg and through the front leg, feeling that energy coming up through the torso and then out through the head and the top of the arm, top of the hand. Feeling a really, really nice stretch through the right hip and right front body, and strengthening happening through both legs. Excellent job. Straightening back up. We're going to come into a triangle pose. So triangle pose, keep your hand on the back of the chair for stability, and then you're going to bring your hand down either to your shin or the top of your thigh, okay? Once we get there, I want you to see if you can turn your chest so that it faces toward the side of the room. Maybe even up towards the ceiling, just a little bit. Excellent job. Bending that knee, coming back up through neutral, and we're going to switch sides. So let's turn both feet towards the center, coming back into that neutral where we did our yogi squat. Okay, and then we're going to turn those right toes to face the right side of the room. Left toes, we're going to come up on those left toes and move the heel back towards the back of the room a little bit. Okay, so we've got a nice wide stance in our legs. Our hips are turning towards the diagonal of the room. I'm going to take my hand and steady it on my chair, find my balance and my grip there, and then I'm going to work into my legs. So I'm going to bend that right knee. Okay, bending the right knee, and automatically when I do that, I feel this stretch happening through the inside of the thigh on the left side, and also the hip. Okay, now we're going to bring in whole body into it by lifting up the arm. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. Excellent job, warriors. All right, here we go. We're going to come into triangle. So we're going to straighten through that right leg. We're going to bring our hand down for stability, and then your right hand is either going to come to the top of the thigh or to the shin, okay? And then we're going to take our time as we really try to turn the chest towards the front of the room, maybe even tilted up towards the ceiling a little bit. Gaze can come straight ahead, gaze can come down to the floor, or gaze can go up to the sky. Your choice. Play around with what feels best in your body, and then breathe into the stretch. All right, and then coming back up, bending that knee, turning all 10 toes to face the front of the mat. We're going to heel toe those feet in towards the center. Excellent job, shaking out the hips. Anything we need to do there, I'm going to grab a quick sip of my beverage. All right. Grab a quick sip of yours if you need to. All right, friends, so we were coming back to the back side of the chair. We're going to come back into our warrior one, and we're going to challenge ourselves with a crescent lunge today, okay? So we're going to bring those feet back apart. So heel toe those feet back out together, and we're coming back into a warrior one. So a warrior one, our back foot is going to be shifted in just a little bit. Our toes are going to be facing just a little bit catty corner to the room, okay? So heel is going to come back. These toes are going to come forward, straight forward towards the left side of the room. We're going to get that nice bend in the front knee, okay? And then what I want you to do, grab hold of the chair. You can rest your hand on your front leg. Then what I want you to do is lift that heel up in the back. See how we've changed that stretch? Now we're getting a lot more into the front of the hip, even into that psoas, those underneath muscles in the abdominals. Nice deep breathing. Excellent job. Lower that heel. We're going to do the other side. So turn all 10 toes to face the front, okay? And then we're going to turn these toes to face the right side of the room. Heel is going to come back towards the left side of the room. Finding that nice bend in the front of the knee first, grabbing hold of the waist, either the side of the waist or the thigh, for some extra stability there. And we are going to move that heel, ready? Lifting that heel up. So we're turning on the toes, lifting that heel up, feeling that stretch that is happening all through the left side, front side of the body, okay? Nice deep stretch in the hip. Strengthening happening through both legs. Nice deep breaths. Excellent job. Untwisting, coming back through center. We're going to go back in to that crescent, and this time we're going to practice lowering our knee, our back knee towards the ground. So we're going to start by turning those left toes towards the left side of the room. Turning that back ankle out, okay? So we're going to, you might need to adjust if you've moved like I have, okay? And then we're going to push into that front knee. Back heel is going to come up. Excellent job. You may lift your arm up for balance if you'd like, or keep it on your hip, okay? We're going to bend that knee, come down, and then lift back up. We're going for 5 here. There's 1. Here's 2. Keep breathing. 3, 4, 5. Excellent job, yogis. Twisting back to the center, shaking our legs out, and let's go to the other side. We're coming back into that crescent lunge, okay? So starting in our warrior 1, and then we're going to twist those toes and lift the heel, okay? Then we're going to bend that back knee down towards the ground and back up. Bend and back up. Bend, up, bend, up, bend, up. Excellent job. Coming back through center, heel to those feet back together. Excellent job, yogis. That was fantastic. All right, so coming to the side of our chair, we're going to come into a couple of balancing poses today. The first one that we're going to do is tree pose, okay? So standing on the side of your mat, we're going to ground down through those right toes. Left toes are going to pop out to the side and then slide all the way in. Kickstand them in. Pressing that foot into the ankle. Opening the hip out to the side, okay? Standing up nice and tall, and when you're ready, growing your tree branch. Finding that balance, maybe raising your tree. Wherever you are, pressing that foot into the inside of the leg and opening up through that hip. Breathing into the hip and into the balance. Excellent job. Letting it back down, shaking it out. Move into the other side. Okay, so grounding down now through our left foot. We are going to take those right toes, pop them out to the side, kickstand them back in. All right, so take a big breath in through the nose and out. We're pressing that foot in, opening that knee out to the side, stretching through the hip. When you're ready, growing your tree, finding that balance, and then making any adjustments to your tree to make it the best for your body. Excellent job. Lowering back down, shaking it out. All right, we're gonna come back over to the other side, grounding down through our right foot this time. Left foot is gonna come out to the side. We're coming back into tree pose. We're gonna challenge ourselves a little bit differently this time. So, grounding down, making any adjustments that you need to. And then once you're ready, growing your tree. Excellent job. So, finding your tree, maybe you go into the exact same tree that you did before, maybe you challenge yourself a little bit less or a little bit more. You choose. And then once we get there, we're going to raise up on our calves. So let's do some calf raises. We're going to raise up on our toes, and strengthen our calves. So we're going to go for 5 calf raises here. You do not have to do this. This is optional. But try to, with control, raise up onto the toes of the standing leg and then lower back down. Raising up and lower back down. If you're shaking, that means it's working. Raising up and lower back down. Up, I think this is 4, and lower. Up and lower. Ooh, good job, yogis. Shake it out, dance it out, roll out the ankles, whatever you need to do. And let's move to the other side. All right, so grounding down through our left foot this time, grabbing hold of the chair for support. We're gonna move those toes out to the side, kickstand them in. Finding your tree, okay? So whatever tree feels best in your body today, finding that balance first. We're gonna take a couple of breaths here, and then we're gonna start to do our calf raises and challenge our balance and our strength. All right, here we go. Ready? Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Last one. Up and down. Excellent job, yogis. Shake it out. Last standing pose that we're going to do is eagle. So, coming back over to the other side of the chair, we're going to ground down with our right foot. We are going to bend both of our knees like we're sitting in chair, and then we're going to lift that left foot up and cross it over. I like to kickstand my foot on the floor, so pressing those toes into the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to send those hips back towards the back of the room, okay? We're squeezing our legs together. Leave your hand supporting you on the chair. Bring the opposite arm across and grab across the shoulder. Sucking the belly button in towards the spine, keeping a strong core here. Bending in the knees, pulling everything towards, squeezing everything towards the center line of the body. And taking a few breaths here. And unwinding, shaking it out. Great job. Moving to the other side. So we're going to ground down this time through our left foot. Bending both our knees like we are standing in chair, and then crossing that right foot over the left. Kickstanding the toes down. Bending, finding that strength in your legs, okay? Squeezing those legs together. And then when you're ready, bringing the arm across the body. We're squeezing everything in towards the center line of the body. The arms, the chest, the belly, the legs, everything, okay? And a few deep breaths here. One more big breath in and release. shake it out, dance it out, and come back to seated on your chair. So bringing the feet out wide into a goddess pose, seated goddess pose, bringing your hands down to your knees. We're going to stretch through the chest and the shoulders by dropping the shoulders one at a time towards the floor. So taking a big breath in and drop the shoulder. Thank you, puppy. Go, puppy, go. All right, shake it out. Great job, yogis. Bringing those feet back together now. We're going to come into our final few stretches of class today. We did a lot of exercising of the hips. And so I want to spend a good amount of time stretching out those hips really well, giving ourselves some time to breathe into that hip stretch as well. So bringing your left hip up, or your left knee up towards your chest. Breathing here for a moment. And then we're going to cross that ankle all the way over. So sitting up just like we did at the beginning of our class, and just breathing into the stretch with a nice straight elongated spine. We are going to be here for several breaths. So if you would like to extend the stretch, intensify it a little more, you can lean forward over that folded leg as much or as little as you want to. See what feels best in your body. Maybe you move forward a little bit with each breath in and out. Imagining that the breath is just sending all that healing energy right into your hips. And then rising back up through center, we're going to uncross, bring that hip back, or that knee back into the chest. Just give it a squeeze and roll it back down. Rolling out your hips. Use the heel of your hand, just give it a little massage there. And let's move to the other side. So we're going to bring that right knee up to the chest. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then crossing that ankle over the knee, sitting up nice and tall, elongated through the spine. And just start sending those good healing breaths right into that hip. Feel free to lean forward more to intensify the stretch if you want to. Wherever you are, just focusing on those good, clean, healing, energetic breaths. And then slowly rising back up, feet folded over, grabbing hold of that knee. Take a good cleansing breath in and out through the nose. And then setting that leg back down. Finding any final movements that you need in your own body before setting up for our final resting pose. Coming back to the same as we started class with, allowing the body to be fully supported by the earth and the chair beneath us. Allowing the legs and the arms to be heavy, the shoulders to be heavy, the head to be heavy, the eyes to be heavy. And just allowing everything to be still and observant of all the benefits of our practice today. Just taking some time to absorb all of that. Magic is in the air. I left Washington's Hoh rainforest, pausing near the moss-covered trees. My walk through Moss's Park had indeed been a trip to an enchanted forest. Century-old trees, trees covered with mossy hair, shared their stories with me. Felled trees, lying on their backs, beckoned me to touch, to sit, to rest for a while. Sunlight glistened through the entangled underbrush. The air smelled of nature's sawdust. The ground was warm, moist. Nature sprites danced and played along the path. The birds serenaded me with calls, whistles, and songs, like sounds emanated from a flute. Magic was in the air. We can visit places that are magical to us, enchanted forests that remind us of life's wonders. We can visit them knowing that when we leave, we take their magic with us. We'll see more and more of life's wonders in ourselves, in others, in the world we live in. People will appear in our lives just at the right time, saying the very words we need to hear. A book will speak to us. A new way to earn money will be revealed. A loved one may leave to follow his or her own path, and a new love will come into our lives. Old issues will be resolved. Healers will show up on our path. Ideas will come to us, seemingly out of the blue. They're gifts from the universe. We can have them whenever we want and wherever we go. Come with me to the enchanted forest. Trust the magic in the air. It is real. Take it with you wherever you go, for the magic you feel and want is yours if you simply believe. Beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes, slowly bringing movement back into the body. Taking a big breath in through the nose, and then stretching overhead, maybe letting out a yawn or a sigh. Bringing your hands together, we bow and say, Namaste. The light, the love, the peace in me sees the light, the love, and the peace in you.